This is 17 News with continuing coronavirus coverage.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Gitsky. Now, Public Health confirms 39 new cases of coronavirus here in Kern County. That total number of cases stands at 1,654. Kern's death toll stands at 25 with no new deaths reported since Saturday. Now, half of those deaths are from the Kingston Healthcare Center, a local skilled nursing facility. Now, Public Health also confirms 130 of the total number of cases is from employees and patients at that skilled nursing facility. Well, 1,104 people have recovered from the virus. More than 16,000 tests for COVID-19 have come back negative. More than 900 tests are still pending. Now, those number of pending tests continue to go down. Well, the time has come for Kern County to start reopening. Now, that's according to Governor Gavin Newsom, who officially gave the go-ahead yesterday, and Kern Public Health officials confirmed it this morning. That also means more retailers are now allowed to reopen in Kern County, but with safety protocols in place, including masks and social distancing. And not just stores, restaurants can reopen too, but a limited capacity.
Yeah, the reality is under these guidelines, some of these restaurants, they're not going to be back at 100% capacity. We're going to do everything we can to get them back as near there as possible, but it may not be possible under the state's guidelines. Right now, they have before today, they had zero capacity. So 25 or 50%, I would say, is a step in the right direction.
Now, this comes after county leaders last weekend pushed to convince the governor to make modifications to his 6 benchmarks for lifting some shelter at home and social distancing directives. And the Bakersfield City Council wants to help newly reopened restaurants bring in lots of customers while still participating in social distancing. During a meeting last night, the council unanimously approved an amendment to the city's special event permit process. Now, that would allow businesses to apply for a permit to expand outdoor seating to private parking lots, sidewalks, and streets. This can also apply for stores looking to expand their retail space. Kern Public Health praised the vote during this morning's press briefing. Chief Administrative Officer Ryan Oslope said Kern County is doing something for restaurants in incorporated areas and is encouraging other cities to do the same. The new COVID-19 special event permit will remain available throughout the coronavirus pandemic. Now, if you would like to apply for a permit, go to bakersfieldcity.us. Well, after months of being shut down or being forced to offer takeout only, many restaurants are ready to welcome back customers, including the owner of the Black and Gold Brewing Company in downtown Taft. Michael Long and his wife say they're allowing dine-in customers as early as this morning. Now, the brewery serves American and Thai cuisine and has remained open for takeout 7 days a week since the pandemic began. Long posted on social media last night that they're ready to move to indoor and outdoor dining. And also joining the rush to reopen, Chef's Choice Noodle Bar in downtown Bakersfield. Now, that's according to a social media post from the restaurant last night. They say they opened their doors about an hour ago for curbside and in-store pickup along with the dining room. Chef's Noodle Bar says there will be limited seating as they are prepared to exceed state safety guidelines. The restaurant says they have a touchless menu for guests, strict cleaning protocols, and daily health checks for their staff. And the Boulevard is opening its doors to customers once again, but don't expect to go bowling or play games at the arcade. Boulevard says they will have limited dine-in and patio seating with food and drink service only from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Plus, the venue says it is still offering takeout meals. Well, the restaurants are getting ready to reopen this weekend, but precautions need to be in place if eateries want to start letting customers dine in. That includes limited capacity down to 50 or even 25%. Jenny Masha Picata, whose family has owned wool growers since 1965, says that that will severely impact their bottom line.
25% I wouldn't even open. I mean, we can't make enough to even pay for the lights, let alone the employees and everything else, all your supplies. 50% I think is marginal. We might break even. We're certainly not going to make any money, but we might do 50.
Down the street at Luigi's, cars were lined up in front for takeout, and the Luigi's Deli was doing a brisk business. Some people have said that They have even brought their lawn chairs out there to eat their lunch in the adjacent parking lot. Now, another local restaurant owner tells 17 News that she would rather wait to reopen until she and her customers feel like it is safe. So what does this mean for diners and who can't wait to return to their old haunts? Well, be patient. You may have to wait for your own favorite place to reopen again. And when they do, they may have to turn people away just to adhere to their new rules. Well, CHP says drunk driving may be the blame for a deadly triple car crash. Now, this crash happened around 2 o'clock this morning near the corner of Mount Vernon Avenue and Niles Street. CHP says the driver of a Honda Civic ran a red light and hit 2 other cars. That driver had moderate injuries and was arrested for DUI. A passenger in that Honda was already hurt and on the way to Kern Medical before the crash. Now, that person died. CHP says the Bakersfield Police Department is now investigating a reported altercation that may have led to the passenger being hurt. Another person in a different car had minor injuries. Officers say the driver of the third car drove off. And a person was hit and killed and the driver arrested after a crash also in East Bakersfield. Now, Bakersfield police were called to the corner of Union Avenue and East 4th Street. There they found someone dead in the road. Police say the driver had a green light and the passenger had been crossing the street against a red light. Officers arrested 24-year-old William Chavez Castro. They say he was driving under the influence and did not have a license on him. Now, with phase 2 of reopening well underway in Kern County, we're looking ahead to what's next for the state in phase 3. Now, in phase 3, businesses that brought people in closer contact with each other will begin to open up. Now, that includes things like salons, gyms, and churches. Now, Tulare County is moving on to phase 3 of reopening, disregarding Governor Gavin Newsom's executive order. The state sent a letter telling the county the move could jeopardize emergency funding for its COVID relief. Tulare County Supervisor Kyler Crocker says the letter doesn't worry him, but people losing their businesses does. He voted for the move to phase 3. County Supervisor Eddie Valero voted no and remains concerned about state blowback.
This has long-standing repercussions, not only for our county, but it also has repercussions for our cities and for funding that comes from the state.
Newsom has not authorized any counties to move through phase 3 of reopening, and Tulare County doesn't meet guidelines to even advance in phase 2. Health officials say they're ready for what may come next and have a plan in place in case they see a spike in new cases. Now, during this morning's briefing, Kern County CAO Ryan Oslope said we will wait for the governor to lift restrictions before moving on to phase 3. While a local organization is playing a big part in feeding those in need, CityServe is helping out in the Farmers to Families food program. The organization will help with the distribution of thousands of food boxes in Kern County. Now, those boxes of food contain fresh vegetables, meat, and dairy products. The food will go to help families impacted by the slump in the economy caused by COVID-19. Now, those donations are going to the churches, and from there, they will be distributed. And the group United We Stand Bakersfield is organizing a special drive-by parade to celebrate Lisa Mundy, and you're invited. Now, Lisa Mundy is a woman we featured here on Channel 17. She survived after being hit hard by coronavirus. The group will meet at Almondale Park tonight at 7 p.m. and drive to Mundy's home to show her some love and support as she continues her recovery. Now, if you would like to go, all you have to do is just show up at the park. For more information, go to United We Stand Bakersfield Facebook page and look under the events tab. Well, Honor Flight is set to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day. On Monday, Honor Flight of Kern County will hold a Memorial Day car and flag parade for all of the heroes who have and continue to fight for America's freedom. Honor Flight will start staging at 8:45 a.m. at the Darrell Storage on Columbus. Now, if you would like to watch the parade, it will start at Columbus Estates, and then it will continue down Magnolia, Solstice, Brookdale, and the Palms. Honor Flights expects that event to wrap up around 10:30 on Monday morning. Well, today, North of the River Recreation and Park District is reopening their tennis and pickleball courts today. Now, right now, it's for single plays only. Park officials say you can't share rackets, paddles, or other equipment, and you must stay at least 6 feet apart from other players. Also, you cannot play if you have symptoms of COVID-19. Now, the courts are open today, and they opened up about just a couple minutes ago. Well, you don't have to wait to tie the knot. Today, the county clerk opened the digital door to drive up marriage licenses. An executive order by Governor Newsom 3 weeks ago allows county clerks to issue licenses by less traditional means. In Kern, that will be a combination of online forms, video conferencing, and curbside service. The veteran defense attorney and winner of the Otish Finch Award has died. J. Anthony Bryan passed away early yesterday morning. Bryan served in the U.S. Marine Corps and received an honorable discharge in 1965. He was a graduate of Loyola Law School and was admitted to the California State Bar in 1967 and has been in practice ever since. In his decade-long career, Bryan was most well known for defending former Vice Principal Vincent Brothers in 2003 for the murders of his wife, mother-in-law, and 3 children. Now, that's the same year he was given that Finch Award for his, quote, unwavering commitment to his clients and the law. Law attorneys express their sadness as news spread of Bryan's death. Defense lawyer Tony Lidgett called Bryan an incredibly intelligent man who never backed down from a fight. Now, a follow-up to a story we brought you earlier this month. The father of a fallen Porterville firefighter had his truck stolen from the parking lot of the Delano Home Depot. Now, inside that truck, a special tribute to his son and another fallen hero. Raymond Figueroa is the father of the fallen fire captain, Ray Figueroa. Well, he planned to donate 2 custom-made metal shields honoring his son and firefighter Patrick Jones to the fire department, but they were in the back of that truck when it was stolen. Then Tuesday, authorities in Tulare County found his truck stripped on the side of the road. The shields were about 100 feet away, badly damaged. Their deputies say it appeared the thieves used the shields to dig the truck out of the mud. In a touching gesture, the Tulare County Sheriff's Deputies Association is now vowing to pay for those new shields.
Yeah, it shows the tightness between all the first responders.
Raymond says his son Ray was known to say, "The men, the mission, the me." Investigators are still looking for whoever stole and stripped the truck and damaged those shields. Well, Kevin, you are out there enjoying the weather and enjoying the day. Can you tell us about where you are right now?
Well, Nicole, I'm at the park at Riverwalk, just a beautiful, beautiful spot here in Southwest Bakersfield, and people are enjoying it out here. They're practicing, of course, their social distancing, but they're enjoying the weather, having little picnics, and even a few people on the side of the banks doing a little bit of fishing. So it's definitely going to be a beautiful afternoon for that. Let's take a look at the temperatures and see what we've got on the board right now. And Bakersfield still holding on to 75. We've got the same out in Taft and Buttonwillow, and then into the mountains, 60s and 70s. Tehachapi are at 68. 71 for Lake Isabel at this time. And as we take a look at the skies, there's really not much to show you around the state. We are in the clear. We are going to be tracking a weak system out of the north, and that will keep our temperatures somewhat in check as we go throughout the next couple of days before we start to see that warm up. Today, 71 in Sacramento, 86 in Fresno, 70s down in LA and San Diego, and Vegas at 82. And the beaches, Pismo Beach, looking very warm today, 78, but they've got that breeze out of the northeast, 10 to 15. Rip current risk will be moderate this afternoon. And then once that system that you see up to the north passes on through by the end of the weekend, that's when we're really going to start to see that warm up as that ridge of high pressure builds in from the west, and we are going to be talking about triple digits. There is no rain in sight through next Wednesday at least. That's what this model shows, but I don't think we're going to see any rain even after that. Here's a look at today. We'll look at sunny skies, a northwest wind 5 to 10. 86 in Bakersfield, 87 in Delano, 83 in Taft. The birds, as you can hear, are happy to hear about that. And then for the mountains today, sunny skies, a west wind 10 to 15, 72 in Frazier Park and Tehachapi, right near 80 for Lake Isabella and Kernville. For the desert today, sunny skies, a northeast wind 10 to 15, and a high of 82 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast, and I talked about a slight little cool down tomorrow and Saturday. We'll be right near 83, 92 by Sunday, Memorial Day 98, and then next Tuesday, we're going to peak at 102 degrees. So the heat is on next Tuesday and Wednesday. And then for the mountains, so we'll put you in the 60s Friday and Saturday, upper 70s for Sunday, 80s on the board Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. A little bit windy tomorrow as well. And then for the Kern River Valley, have the winds in there for you tomorrow, subsiding by Saturday, mid-70s on Saturday, 85 on Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we will be back into those 90s. So enjoy the nice weather while it's here. because it looks like that warm-up will be on the way soon. But I tell you, it is beautiful here at the park at Riverwalk. We've got the 70s, and we also have a very nice breeze to go with it. Nicole, back over to you.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
In your 17 Business Watch, new jobless claims are out for last week. First-time filings for unemployment insurance totaled 2.44 million last week as the tail effects of the coronavirus shutdown continue to impact the U.S. job market. Now it represents the 7th straight week of decline, following the record peak of 6.9 million in late March. And the coronavirus has affected many industries, including local agriculture. Kern County has a diverse ag industry, and each sector has been impacted differently. Now, according to John Moore, who is the president of the Kern County Farm Bureau, also with more farms and the White Wolf Potato Company, the citrus industry has picked up business during this time. He says now the dairy industry has taken the hardest blow since the closure of restaurants. But since Kern has a varying degree of agriculture, it has helped farmers stay afloat.
Everyone has been affected a little bit differently, and that's one of the benefits of having such a diverse agricultural community in Kern County is that we can hedge ourselves a little bit.
Moore says the biggest change they have seen in local ag are the new rules being enforced. They are following specific guidelines for social distancing, along with food processing and food production. And set to reopen in phase 3, which is still weeks away, local gyms, but that doesn't stop them from being prepared. Taking a look around the state, Governor Gavin Newsom met with leaders in the TV and film industry to talk about current conditions during the COVID-19 crisis. Now, Netflix executive Todd Sarando says Netflix has productions underway in places like South Korea and Iceland, each with their own safety protocols in place of an outbreak. Actor John Huerta says this is a frustrating time for American middle-class actors.
The middle-class actors have side hustles, that other job that they have, and a lot of them are in the restaurant industry, so they've lost jobs on two fronts. So of course people want to get back to work now because we have to work in order to sustain ourselves.
Union leader Danny Stevens says raising concerns of this necessary but high cost of making production safer amid the pandemic. Now, he suggested California consider more incentives to keep productions in state. Newsom says on Monday he'll release more guidelines for some countries meeting counties meeting requirements for further reopening, including TV and film production. But he says Hollywood is likely not included in reopening plans for now. Well, Covered California saw a big jump in enrollment since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Regular open enrollment ended January 31st, but since March 20th, more than 123,000 people have signed up for health insurance. That's about the time Covered California announced a special enrollment period because of COVID-19. Now, there is still time for you to sign up if you need health coverage. It takes about 30 minutes on the phone or online at coveredca.com.